All right, hello and welcome to the 88th annual meeting of Farmers Insurance Federal Credit Union, and thank you for attending. Thank you to all the members for allowing the management team, supervisory committee, and board to serve you. We are honored. Also, a big thank you to the management team, supervisory committee, and the board for all the work that goes on behind the scenes here at the credit union. Okay, we're going to start with something fun. At the end of the meeting, we're going to announce 5 lucky winners. $100 each will be awarded for those who participated in the testimonial contest. So remember, you need to be present either in the room or online in order to win. So good luck and stay the course of the meeting with us, and we'll see who wins. Okay, one housekeeping item here to address. I need a motion from the floor to approve and waive a reading of last year's annual meeting minutes. Is there a motion on the floor to approve and waive? Thank you. Is there a second? Yes. All in favor? Any opposed? All in favor. Thank you. Okay, so approved and so waived. Thank you. Okay, so last year, 2023, it's odd to talk about last year because it already seems like 2024 has been a long year already. So 2023 was a year of transition. We saw interest rates go up, rates on loans go up, prices everywhere skyrocketing, and still are. And through all of this, we also saw, while we didn't have a recession, we saw all of this competitive pricing going on, and it's really making an impact in terms of our membership spending and also consumer trends. We saw the rollout here at home at our credit union. We saw the rollout of our new app-based digital platform last summer. Huge effort. And I really want to thank the management team and the board for all the work that went on with that. We had a huge early adoption rate. So thank you to all the members who early adopted. It really made a big difference. Despite the challenges last year, this is the headline. We were picked by Newsweek magazine as one of the top 250 regional banking institutions, credit unions across the country. And we could not have done this without the hard work of all the staff. And there are a number of them here in the room. Thank you, the management team. And board supervisory committee, it's an all hands on deck effort, right? And so success is a team sport. So thank you to everybody, and particularly thank you to our members for trusting us and serving you. It's a privilege and an honor. Thank you. Okay, next to talk about our financial results. And we had a very strong year relative to our industry peer group. Rudy Trevino will provide us with the financial highlights, followed by some notes by our chair of the supervisory committee, Derek Pirandelli. So I'm going to turn it over to Rudy.
Thank you, Linda. Hello and welcome. I'm pleased to highlight some of the credit union's accomplishments in 2023. You can find this information and more details in our digital annual report. As Linda indicated before, it was a challenging year. However, in this high interest rate environment last year, where many financial institutions favored focusing on deposits over loans, your credit union was able to offer value across the board to our members and delivered both substantial loan as well as deposit income. Total member shares and savings accounts grew almost 12% to 1.26 billion, while loans grew 9.2% to almost 1.4 billion. Big numbers here. Last year, your credit union's net worth was a little over 136 million, down marginally 2.8% from the prior year. This reduction was attributable not to the performance, which remains strong, but to an accounting standards reporting change. Our strong net worth lets us safely cover potential adverse events, help members with financial assistance, and make large investments in our future, in our infrastructure, and that of our members. Another telling measure of the excellent work we do on behalf of our members is a measure called the combined value per member. This is the sum total per member of the loans made and the deposits taken in, with 35,584 per member. We ended the year ranked above the 90th percentile in our peer group. An outstanding. Thank you for your trust and partnership. These highlights and our detailed financials affirm that our credit union is financially strong and well positioned to take advantage of new opportunities by investing heavily in our future. This reflects a commitment and legacy of potential and profitable growth on behalf of our membership. Thank you. And now I'll turn it over to the head of our supervisory committee, Derek Burnell. Derek.
Thank you, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the supervisory committee. My name is Derek Farindelli. I represent the supervisory committee. Two other members, Bahi Bukasian and Mary Manesi, who I think are online today, definitely not in the room. I would have already talked to them already, but they are here online with us. A couple of things I just want to touch on, just as a reminder. Supervisory committee. We're the audit arm of the credit. Maybe think of that from the standpoint of it's the internal audit function, and then also we have responsibility to bring on the external financial statement auditors, Joran May, who's an outside CPA firm that comes in and brings with financial statements. So in addition to that, we also research and investigate member complaints coming into the organization, mainly through our regulator, the National Credit Union Administration, administers all of the member complaints that come in from all the credit unions. And what I can say is the good thing is that all the member complaints that we saw this year have been researched, analyzed, investigated, and have been resolved satisfactorily. A couple of points that Rudy touched on regarding the financial statements, financial strength of the organization. We push our external auditors to actually close our books or help us close our books and review to make sure that our financial statements present fairly financial resources of the organization. Warren Mayhew, our CPA firm, confirmed that they do, which is also a good thing. And they also point to a couple of things that that sort of address how our credit union is positioned in relation to a peer group. And a couple of those that I'd like to point out, which Rudy also alluded to, relates to the deposits on our member deposits and the growth in our member deposits. We're at the 94th percentile for our peer group. One really good thing. And then the secondary thing is our yield on average assets. We're at the 90%. So another really good result. I already mentioned the member complaints. From that standpoint, the 13 that we did see over the last year, all have been resolved. I think when you think about it in context, 13 complaints across all of our membership deal, that's a really good result. It's a very small percentage of it, so that's a good one. The last thing, if there are any future questions or comments that you want to address to the member, to the supervisory committee, you can always do that through the credit union. Just put it, address it to the credit union, attention to the supervisory committee. So with that, I think I'm going to pass it over to Marilyn Hunter, board member who's going to go through the nominations.
Thank you, Derek. It was my honor again to be asked to head the nominating committee. Every year we have we serve as for 3 years on our board, and we always have a couple board members that are up or we have a couple spots that are open. I am head of the nominating committee, and on my committee I also am lucky enough to have Lewis Williams and Carl Hackling also served with me. We did our due diligence this year, and we have 3 nominated incumbents and directors. And I'd like for you to maybe come up here when I say your name so that the members know who you are. And I think I'd like to go by seniority, which would be Jim Snickeris, Yeah. Yeah, but you're one of my favorites. That's okay. Jim Snickeris, retired, served as the head of real estate for enterprise operations at Farmers Insurance. Jim joined Farmers in 1978 as a management trainee in the Aurora, Illinois region. In 1980, he became policy writing supervisor. In 1981, policy services manager. In 1984. Jim transferred to the home office in Los Angeles, California to assume the role of service operations staff manager. He then transferred to the Merced, California regional office in 1985 as administrative service manager. In 1987, Jim moved to the Pleasanton, California regional office to serve as regional commercial manager. He was named sales manager of that region in October 1989. From 1992 to 2014, Jim held executive positions in the areas of special assignments, marketing, business technology integration, service center operations, and service point. Jim is a member of the National Honor Society and has served on numerous boards and has been on our board since 1995. Jim retired from Farmers as of January 4th, 2015. The next board member, thank you, Jim, is Rudy Trevino. So you can tell Rudy's an important part of our board. He's our chief compliance officer. Right now, he's the chief compliance officer for Farmers Group Incorporated. He's responsible for the compliance programs all across of the Farmers Insurance Group of companies and is a member of the Zurich Compliance Executive Team. Rudy also leads and participates in several internal management and governance committees at Farmers. His experience at Farmers includes working in field operations and home office. During his 30+ years at Farmers, he has held management positions in the areas of accounting, finance, internal audit, information technology, project management office, risk management, and compliance. Rudy has served on other for-profit and nonprofit board of directors as well. Prior to joining Farmers, he worked as a certified public accounting firm. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we have Carl Hackling. Carl is Senior Vice President, Southern Zone. Is it Utica or Utica? Utica National Insurance. Carl is a Senior Vice President, Southern Zone, and is responsible for sales and underwriting in 11 states. Previously, Carl worked for Farmers for 13 years in various distribution and underwriting roles. A 30-year insurance veteran, Carl's joined Farmers Insurance through the acquisition of Zurich Small Business in 2008. Utilizing his experience in commercial insurance and executive management, he led the integration of business within Farmers. In 2012, Carl made the transition to distribution and has had several roles in the field as well as in the home office. He led the Atlantic Zone from 2015 to 2017. Farmer's career started in 1986 with Aetna, where he worked as commercial underwriter and continued to increase his responsibility over the 8 years he was there. He joined American International Group in 1995, where he ran several of their underwriting profit centers and held management roles in AIG's $8 billion region in the Southeast. Prior to joining Farmers, Carl was the Vice President of Hanover's Insurance Southeast Regional Office. Thank you, Carl. So our bylaws allows nomination by a member's petition only process. And having received none, I hereby declare our 3 incumbent nominees, Rudy Trevino, Jim Snickeris, and Carl Hackling.
Thank you, Marilyn, Rudy, and Derek. So we're at about 120 participants on the phone here on the line. So that's wonderful. Thank you for all the members who are participating today. That's a great turnout. Thank you. Okay, next up, I'm going to turn the floor over to Laura Campbell, our CEO.
Okay, welcome to our 88th annual meeting, and thank you all for taking time out of your day to attend in person and by video conference. The eclipse earlier this month garnered quite a bit of attention and certain level of awe and wonderment. Now, I know our annual meeting might not be as exciting and generate that level of excitement, but I hope that at a minimum, we're inspiring a large measure of approval and confidence. And for those that stick around to the end and who entered our testimonial contest, you'll be eligible for your own bit of honest 5 $100 cash prizes. Like the Federal Reserve, we don't have a crystal ball, but I am proud to say that throughout last year, your credit union adapted well, as we've done through previous economic cycles. We not only deliver truly exceptional savings rates, good enough to catch the attention of the national financial media, including the Wall Street Journal, but managed to keep our loan terms highly competitive. As a result, member demand for our products remained high, and in a world where service often takes second place to automation, we never wavered. We opened new and refurbished branches and increased staffing levels significantly for even better service. In fact, when we ask our farmers agent members who tend to take out large business loans why they borrow from us rather than competitors, they typically cite service as a primary reason. This formula, great service, competitive rates, and of course, the best in advice and financial support is reflected in our 2023 financials. And driving these is the dedication, expertise, and passion of my coworkers and colleagues. Thank you all so much for your support. Now I'd like to highlight a couple of metrics that reflect our strong performance last year. We maintained our track record of prudent growth, reaching a new record of $1.54 billion in assets in 2023. This was an increase of over 12% compared to the prior year. Notably, this was 3 times the growth rate of the comparable credit unions by size. Another metric I'd like to highlight is our yield on assets. This measures how well we use our assets to generate income, which, as you know, flows back to our members. This grew an impressive 28% versus prior year to a 6.4% yield, which is almost a third better than our credit union peer group. It was this ability to grow assets significantly and to do so in an efficiently and effective manner that gave us the financial wherewithal to provide members with extremely competitive loan and savings rates, all the while aggressively investing in our staffing, service, and our future. Linda has already spoken to one of these big investments, Thule. Thule's early impact has been impressive, but this is just the beginning. This digital banking platform will be expanding in the months and years to come to give members ever more and better products and services at the tap of an app. Sorry. It's now my great pleasure to announce our Employee and Supervisor of the Year. This year's competition was so strong, we ended up selecting 2 Employees of the Year, as you saw. Our winners embodied the credit union's values and commitment to helping our members live their best financial lives. Our well-deserved winners are Employees of the Year, Denny Lynn and Jimmy Panetta, and Supervisor of the Year, Tyler Waltz. Thank you, Denny, Jimmy, and Tyler. And now to our prize draw announcement. So we have 5 winners. We asked for member testimonials, and we will be announcing those 5 winners now. They are Melvin T. Weiser, Sarah Mallison, Emily Winburn, Lori Lassman, and Andrea Ellis. Congratulations to all of you, and we will be in touch. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.